Welcome to Benchmark. Today we're going to talk about transparency and what that means in terms of an audio system. Now, transparency is an optical term primarily, and we think about it in terms of telescopes, microscopes, camera lenses, things like that. We're looking for transparency, how much light is being transmitted, how clear is that image. These things are great analogies for our audio signal chain. And let me explain that. So let's look at a benchmark signal chain. I've got a benchmark D to A converter, that's a benchmark DAC3, benchmark preamplifier, it's our LA4 relay controlled preamplifier, and our benchmark power amplifier, that's the AHP2. We often call these things a signal chain, and one of the problems of describing it as a chain is people often say, well, a chain is as strong as its weakest link. And if you're talking about a physical chain, that's very true. The weakest link is what's going to determine where that chain breaks when you stress it to its limit. But in terms of an audio system, the audio system is never as strong as its weakest link. And to explain that, I'd like you to think of these three devices as three glass windows, okay? And so instead of thinking of it as a chain, links in a chain, imagine that you're watching a musical performance and you're watching it through a window, not just one window, but three windows. You've got your D to A converter, you've got your preamplifier, and you've got your amplifier, and you're looking through all three of those at the musicians performing on the stage. Now, there may be a piano up there, there may be a guitar, there may be a drum kit, whatever, and you're looking through these three panes of glass. Well, if one of those panes of glass is dirty, that's going to diminish the experience. Let's say they're all equal and each of them are letting half of the light through. So if I only had one of those pieces of glass in front of me, I would be getting 50% of the light. If I put two of them there, I get 25% of the light. Half the light and then half of that light is 25%. Now if I put three of them there, I get 1/8 of the light, because it's 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. And this is very much like what happens in an audio chain. So if all the devices are equal, the performance is being diminished by each device. Now let's consider I've got two, I replace one of those pieces of glass with a perfectly clear piece of glass. Now, instead of having 1/8 of the light, I've got half of the original light reaching me. And so I've definitely improved the system. I've put one transparent piece of playback gear in my signal chain, and I've improved the situation. But I'm a long ways from where I really should be. So I can go and replace a second piece in that chain, and now I've got half of the light being taken away by the one piece that's still left. And so if I replace all three, now I've got full transmission of the light, full transmission of that image. Now let's think about some of the things that a piece of glass can do. It could just be dirty. It could be blurry. So I could have a piece of glass that's giving me a blurry image. I can have a piece of glass like some of the windows in my 1850 farmhouse that have got waves in them. And so it would be distorting the image. And these are all analogies for things that can happen in audio. The piece of audio gear might be changing the frequency response. It might be adding distortion. It might be adding noise. Noise is like the dirt that obscures some of the small details. Also, blurriness of the glass is analogous to losing detail in your stereo image, in your musical details. And so these optical analogies are often useful for understanding how we hear and how audio products perform. So the important thing is that if you're looking for a clear view of that musical performance, I've got to take each one of those pieces of glass down so that I've got a direct view of the performance. And so we're trying to peel away each of those pieces of gear in our audio chain that are obscuring that experience. As a designer of audio electronics, my goal is to get you as close to that original performance as I possibly can. So I don't want any piece of our electronics placing a fingerprint, placing a smudge, placing dirt on that piece of glass that's between you and the musical performance.